Greetings. Welcome to the first show of 2017. I'm Bree.
And I'm Misty. Some of the HOSA students started their new year in a great way. HOSA attended the midwinter competition at Century College on Wednesday.
There were 400 students from the central region of the state competing, and the Saints placed well.
They came away with first, second, and third place in both medical terminology and medical spelling. Caitlin Fields placed first in midterm and second in spelling, while Kim Nathy placed first in medical spelling and second in midterm.
Hannah Odell took third place in both those events, and Paige Johnson placed third in pharmacology.
Also on Wednesday, talented students auditioned for the talent show that will take place Monday, January 9th in the PAC. Admissions is $2 for students and $3 for adults. There will be a cash prize for the winner. The winner will be decided on student judges and the crowd shows.
In music news, on Thursday, a number of students in band and choir had rehearsal for all conference music. Also, the Bridge Street Singers Show Choir leave today for their first competition in Ankeny, Iowa. We'll have more information next week.
Looking ahead, if your grades aren't where you would like them to be, you should make sure to get caught up. It's mid-try already, and conferences will be held Monday, January 9th from 3:30 to 7:30. This can be a good time to speak with teachers and make plans for the rest of the trimester.
Speaking of plans, this is a reminder to all underclassmen that the academic window is ending today. The next window for course registration is January 23rd to the 27th. Remember to sign up for 15 classes and 5 backup classes. The process can be found on www.isd15.org/registration.
If you have any more questions about registration, there will be a registration question night on January 26th from 5 to 7 in the computer lab C203. There may be some different classes that you can take. Katie went out and got some more information.
I'm Miss Helly. Right now is registration season, and so we are approaching the deadline. Friday, January 6th is the deadline, and we have some new classes offered. Forensic Science is one of them. AP Biology is another, and Astronomy is the third new class. They're all in the science department, and they are adding some variety and some challenging courses for students to choose from. I do want to remind everyone that the deadline for the academic planner is Friday, January 6th, and so that is the end of window number 1. Window number 2 is starting Monday, January 23rd through the 27th, and students all need to actively participate where they go into their Infinite Campus, they go to course registration, and you verify that you have 15 courses completed. If you do not see 15 courses, then one of the classes that you had chosen in your academic planner is not being offered. So if you had 14 classes listed, you would need to add one more additional course. In addition to that, you need to pick 5 alternative classes. These are your backup classes in case that there is a scheduling conflict. So please make sure that you finish things up with the academic planner on Friday, and then January 23rd, take a look, and you can use this blue sheet to help you out as well. The registration book is on here, all the requirements are on here. It's a really helpful guide.
Thanks, Katie. Also, for students who want more help with math, the math department is sponsoring Math Help right now here at the high school. Help is available on Tuesdays and Thursdays in room C126 before school from 7 to 7:30.
Also, looking ahead, this is a reminder to seniors that senior grad ads are due Saturday. Chi and Alyssa went out to get more information.
So grad ads are their senior, otherwise known as senior recognition ads that parents often buy for their sons or daughters who are graduating. And they are available through next Saturday, January 14th. And they should be purchased online at jostens.com/yearbook ads. And I have a little flyer for anybody who's interested. You can come by and get one of those if you need to have something paper in your hand. Otherwise, you can go to jostens.com and find the recognition ad tab. But yeah, you upload all your pictures, you write your text, you can pay for it right there. It's all in one easy to find place.
We have the class for 2 trimesters, and we kind of get a partner to work with, and we all have assigned pages that we have to finish by a certain deadline. The deadlines aren't really week by week, but every week we have like a certain goal that we like try to accomplish, like, and every day we say to ourselves like we have to go find this person to talk to and ask some questions and like get this page done by a certain day.
I think my favorite thing is my Salty yearbook crew, the salty girls and the salty boys on the yearbook crew?
So, despite being like editors, we still have like pages that we have to do, and it's like one person taking pictures, one person interviewing. Like each person has to do feature stories, interviewing, and pictures. So it can kind of get a little bit stressful at times.
Students who are coming into yearbook, I think the most important skill is that they be willing to show initiative, think on their feet, and be independent. Because although it is an English class, it's not a traditional English class. A lot of the work that gets done has to be done independently.
I've also learned like a new hobby. I've learned that I love to take pictures of like athletics and stuff like that. So that's super cool that like I found a new hobby.
I really like working with the students. I used to work in a small business, and really putting out the yearbook is like having a small business, because the yearbook is fully funded by sales, and the students are fully responsible for the content, putting it together and getting it done and distributing it. So it's really like having a little business going on in the school.
Also, cap and gown orders are due February 28th. The package of essentials are $39. They can be ordered at www.jostens.com. You can also order class rings from the same website.
All juniors will be taking the ACT test on May 3rd. Do you remember what it's like to take the ACT, Misty?
Yeah, I do. I also remember how much studying we were supposed to do. Brittany and Sarah went out and got some more information on the ACT prep and how Saints Time is being used to help.
Starting next week on Mondays and Tuesdays for the month of January, I'll be taking my Saints Time juniors to the computer lab to do some ACT prep. I personally haven't looked at the materials a whole lot. I do have a PowerPoint to follow to introduce it to my students, and I think this is a really good opportunity for my juniors, for all of the juniors, to have a chance to look at the expectations for the ACT test, to practice some of those skills, to see where they need to maybe work harder in some areas.
And the reason we decided to do it during Saints Time is that's sort of what Saints Time was designed for certain grade levels, to be able to work on grade level relevant things. And that way we can offer students time during school to actually work on the prep. We are going to have every junior twice a week during the month of January work on the diagnostic test. And the importance of the diagnostic test is programmed to understand where the student needs the most help. So every student will go through the 4 parts of the diagnostic test: English, math, reading, and science. Once they've completed those, the computer will generate a lesson plan specifically for that student's needs in the areas that they need the most help in.
You know, nobody likes to take standardized tests, but I think the ACT is a good measure for our students to see where they are, in terms of college readiness or after-school career readiness. Even if you're not planning to go to a 2-year or a 4-year college, taking the ACT is a way to gauge where you are academically, and you may surprise yourself and find out you have a lot of skills you didn't realize you had. It's a good way to brush up and get ready for life after high school, I think.
Obviously, we want this to help increase the students' ACT scores. ACT scores mean a lot to the students. It means college admissions to a lot of schools. It also is linked to scholarship money, which is really important, and we want the students to do well academically.
The things that we're testing aren't skills that you would never use again in your life. It's reading comprehension, being able to write a coherent kind of thing. Those are important skills that you'll use the rest of your life.
That every student will have a different schedule based on what they need help with, but they can also work on this as often as they want, as many times as they want throughout the time between now and May 3rd when they'll be taking the ACT.
I hope that we see a rise in ACT scores for students overall, and maybe just a little bit more a higher comfort level for students when they come to take that timed, big, important, standardized, nationwide test later this year.
Thanks, Britt and Sarah. Don't forget to nominate your favorite people for Snow King and Queen, but remember to let them know that they're nominated. Nominations for Senior Court are January 4th through the 16th. Students with the most nominations from this survey in grades 9 through 11 will be your SFHS Snow Week royalty. Nominations for 9th through 11th grade will be open January 4th through the 25th. Voting for your senior king and queen will take place January 18th through the 29th.
Also, prom is coming up in April, and Bree and I both served on prom committee last year. We had lots of fun planning it, didn't we, Bree?
Yeah, I remember everything, like the sparkly dresses and the twinkly lights. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was when we planned all the decorations and the theme. We had so much fun, so if you are a junior guy or girl who likes to decorate and plan things out, prom committee is totally your thing. First meeting is January 25th, right after school in room D107.
Today, Madonna Arnold's AP European History class and Kim Nichols' German class got to attend a field trip at the Minneapolis Institute of Art to see the exhibit of Martin Luther.
Nastia got us the story.
So this Friday, German students, along with Miss Arnold's AP European History students, have a unique opportunity, and we are going together on a joint field trip to the Minneapolis Institute of Art. And currently at this institution, there is a special exhibit on Martin Luther, art, and the Reformation.
The reason why it's so exciting, it is the 500th year anniversary of Martin Luther starting Protestantism, starting Lutheranism.
And due to this, many galleries and art museums and museums in Germany are cleaning up and closed down to reopen to celebrate this auspicious occasion.
Because they want to make it look good for this 500-year anniversary, and so then they shipped some of it off to the United States.
And so there's 3 exhibits. There's one in Atlanta, one in New York, and one in Minneapolis. So we're really, really fortunate that here in Minneapolis, we are gonna have like the table Luther sat at and did his things, and my students get an opportunity, and Miss Arnold students as well, to see these things and to experience them firsthand.
And they have part of where Martin Luther lived. They have this huge door where people would like have graffiti on it, including like Peter the Great's initials on there. The last pulpit he ever spoke at is there. Things from his youth, lots of different portraits and why they were drawn. It's 8 rooms of artifacts talking about the Catholics, talking about the Protestants, talking about the scary stuff that happened in between them. And so what I'm hoping the students will get out of this is to say this is part of their heritage. There are many people that are Lutherans or Methodists or Protestants, and this is where that all started from.
To end today's news segment, Raina and Connor got to attend the Black Bear concert on Wednesday night at the Caboose in Minneapolis.
They leave us with some of the highlights.
We are suckers for something.
It was good. It was really crowded, but I had a good seat. It was really up close, so it was good.
I didn't really know him like that well going into it, but after seeing him in concert, I think I'll listen to his music more now. I had a really good time, but there was a lot of people and they were all sweaty, and everyone was really pushy, and everyone was trying to get to the front, so that wasn't very fun.
I'm only a fool for you, and maybe you're too good for me.
I personally liked it. It was really crowded, but it was definitely worth it. You can tell if an artist actually has like a good voice rather than like on their songs and stuff when it's auto-tuned, but he actually had a really good voice, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
I thought the concert was pretty cool, but I thought I was going to have way more fun than I did. It took him 2 hours to actually get on stage from when they said that he was going to come on stage, so that was kind of a bummer. But no, the energy was pretty fun. It was a cool time to be out of the town for a night, so it was a good night.
That's all we have for you this week, Saints. Stay tuned for other and sports. Have a nice weekend, Saints.
It's the random question thing, ding.
There's been a trend on social media bashing 2016 as a horrible year. As we look ahead to the new year, reporters Connor Ramlett and Bree Dewar tried to break the trend and spoke with some people about the positive highlights of 2016.
I went to Haiti. I went to Mexico.
I got the chance to drive a Maserati.
I'm deciding to go barefoot for the rest of my life.
Go. My mom got married in Mexico. Go.
highlight of my summer was going to Spirit Mountain on a mountain biking trip with Connor Ramlett and my brother Sam.
Senior football games and kissing Bungus's cheeks.
Scoring my first varsity goal.
My horse had a baby. I went to Soundset Music Festival.
We went to Florida for our Christmas vacation to visit family.
My highlight was I got engaged in July.
My favorite moment of 2016 was going to Mount Rushmore this summer.
Deep sea fishing in Alaska. I rode some bulls.
I'm Walker. I'm Genuine. Friday there's a high of 8 and a low of -5. Saturday we'll have a high of 6 and a low of -6. Sunday there's a high of 15 and a low of 10.
Welcome back to sports. I'm Rianne.
And I'm Jessica. While most people were watching Netflix and eating over break, some of our athletes were working hard with games, meets, and training. Let's go to Lauren and Danielle to see what athletes were doing over their winter break.
How did our Saints sports do over break?
Our girls basketball team won the Irondale tournament. They won 2 games. They beat Duluth East and Bloomington Jefferson. Our boys basketball team lost both of their games in the Bethel tournament to Mounds View and Egan, 2 fairly good teams. Our wrestling team did very well. They finished 4th in the Rumble on the Rum in the varsity competition, and there were 72 teams there. Our JV wrestling won that same tournament with that many teams. Our boys hockey probably played in one of the toughest Christmas tournaments up in Duluth, and they lost all 3 games but played pretty well. And our girls hockey lost their first game at the Schwann's Cup, but then won the next 2 to be the consolation champions. So pretty much it was a pretty good showing for all the Saints teams over the Christmas break.
Also, over break, wrestling had a big tournament called Rumble on the Red in Fargo. For the team tournament, varsity took 4th with a score of 136.5, and junior varsity took 1st with a score of 321.5. Let's go to Genuine and Tyler with the story.
The JV took 1st in the tournament, and the varsity took 4th overall.
We had a lot of placers. I think there was 7 of us.
Yep, 7.
Place, so that was really cool for us to go and have competition and wrestle good.
Yeah.
It was really exciting because last year I didn't place, and then going from placing to not placing was pretty cool.
It was a great experience. I mean, I haven't placed in a national tournament like that high, so it was kind of cool upgrading from 8th last year to 2nd this year.
You know, there's just a label for everything, and I feel like that's just the label for the tournament, you know, and it's close to the Red River. Pretty sure it is.
I think it has something to do with the people that run the tournament. They have like a company or something like that.
I'd say a lot of the time, like during the tournament, we had off time. We just go and like lay someone on the ground, talk about how we're gonna get ready for our next match and have fun, I suppose. Goof around.
Yeah. And back from the tournament, it was pretty much go out to eat if you could, and then get some rest.
Yeah. Make weight the next day.
Hanging out with the team at the hotel, and really wrestling just in general.
My favorite part was probably being with the team the whole time. I mean, we always make good memories, like tournaments like that and stuff, and it's never forgettable.
On Tuesday, girls basketball had a home game against Chisago Lakes. Our girls took the win with a score of 73-51.
Also on Tuesday, boys basketball had an away game at Irondale High School. The score was 54-44.
Last night, boys basketball played against Coon Rapids. Boys hockey played at Buffalo High School. Wrestling had a match at Cretan Durham Hall, and girls hockey played Totino Grace. Scores can be found online.
Tonight, girls basketball plays against Princeton at 7:15 p.m.
Saturday is a busy day for sports. Tomorrow, wrestling has a match in Cambridge. Boys basketball has a home game against
And over at 3, SFHS dance team has a competition. Girls hockey plays against Park Center at East Bethel Arena at 3, and boys hockey plays at Anoka. These scores can also be found online.
Speaking of hockey, let's go to Bailey with Athlete of the Week, Brielle Larsdorf.
Thanks, Bailey.
That's all we have for you this week, Saints.
Have a great weekend.